So we've seen this leaked report of what the government is supposed to approve. What's your first reaction to what we've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very positive. You know, the industry's really been excited about this. This is something we've been building towards since 2012. And what we saw leaked is pretty similar to what was kind of proposed over a year ago when the FAA first put out some of these rules for comment. So it's actually pretty similar to what we were expecting as far as the operational environment for the operators, what they're going to actually require the operators to actually be certified by. So I would say it's pretty well in line with what the industry's been expecting.
Do the rules go far enough?
I think so. I mean, for this type of operation where you're flying a small, drone within, a somewhat contained environment, this is something that ensures that it's safe, ensuring operators are safe, that they understand the rules of the road. And there's actually ways to find out, exactly where they're flying, who's flying what aircraft. So there's a trail that goes back to understand if there is an issue, who exactly is responsible.
Do you think the restrictions should be looser? I mean, are other changes you would like to see? Changes around like flying at night, for example?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really critical applications. For example, beyond line of sight is one of the ones that is really critical for companies like, say, an energy company or electric utility to fly long range over their power lines to really understand what's happening. It doesn't make a lot of financial sense to stop every mile or two to go and catch up to the aircraft, launch it again. So beyond line of sight, flying at night, those types of things are critical for this to really show ROI across.
Now, you guys have been doing most of your testing abroad, right, in Africa?
We've been actually doing a lot of our work here in the United States for several years. So we've been working commercially here in the United States. Right now, you can fly under what's called a Section 333 exemption, which lets you do similar types of operations that are in these types of rules. We also work with a lot of the FAA designated test sites, and that actually lets us do things like flying in neighborhoods and those types of things for the insurance use case, looking at rooftops, those types of things. So we're actually able to do quite a bit in the United States.
So how will these new rules change your business at all?
Well, I mean, it's going to allow, for Airware in particular, we're still going to be able to do a lot of the work we're doing. It's going to make it easier for our customers, for example, to go out and operate on their own. The barriers to entry for, say, a large corporation that may have been waiting for some of these rules to come out, and now they can go ahead and start operating. It's clear what the rules are. It's clear what they're going to have to do to get up and flying.
So a couple weekends ago, I was out with my family at a beach park, and there is a drone hovering above us. Have no idea who's operating it. It was fine. It moved off, and it came down just fine. But as just a consumer, as a person just out there in the environment, should I be worried about this?
No, I mean
my kids are sitting under this drone, and I don't know who's controlling it, and I don't know if they really actually have control. Yeah,
I mean, this is a safe technology, right? I mean, this has been used by model and hobby community for decades. It's been used by the commercial industry now. It's been used across a variety of different industries.
So you're saying that nothing could go wrong with that drone? What if, the power shut off, or that person got knocked over? Would that drone just safely land without hitting anyone? Or?
Yeah, and it depends on the type of drones. For example, a lot of the commercial systems have things engineered directly into them to account for a variety of different things that could go wrong. But even in the chance that something like that happens, the FAA now requires registration. So there'll be a registration number on that aircraft, and if they're not in compliance with that, then they can be subjected to any other sort of enforcement action.
What about accidents?
In the commercial sense, I mean, there's a lot of things that can come up in the case of R&D, but in the commercial industry, these are people's livelihood and business at stake, and this is critical for them to ensure that when we're going to put something out in front of a customer, that it's something that's safe, something that can be flown over and over again safely, especially when it comes to the insurance industry, oil and gas, utilities. It's absolutely paramount that things are safe.